Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Hope you like my outfit. I'm doing laundry right now, so I'm looking really attractive. But anyways, I just wanted to make another video like I did yesterday about the post that I made this morning. So yesterday I wanted you guys to acknowledge what is troubling you, and today I want to talk about what you do after that, which I think is absorbing it and coming to terms with it in the context of being alone and why it's important to be alone when this happens. So for me, I've always been the kind of person who needs to pull people into my life. So in middle school and high school, I was constantly making plans with friends, whether that was sleepovers, whether that was studying. I could not eat lunch by myself. I'd rather not eat lunch than eat lunch alone. Um, when it came to boys and relationships, I was the kind of person who, if they didn't respond within an hour, I would text them 20 times until they responded, and then usually they would say, like, I was asleep, and then it was embarrassing. But consistently, up until freshman year of college, I was always exhausted because felt like I was just pulling people into my life, trying to force them to pay more attention to me. And this was really exhausting, especially with the friends I had who maybe liked to be by themselves more because I didn't understand the energy relationship that we had. So this all culminated my freshman year of college. I started talking to the guy I dated in high school again. He led me on. I put a ton of energy into it, and then I just had this aha moment one night. I was literally in tears, journaling, and I was like, oh my god, I literally don't know how to be happy by myself. I don't know how to be alone without somebody affirming that I'm enough or that I'm pretty or that I'm smart or that I'm whatever, whether that's family, friends, boys. I literally don't know how to be by myself. And I think a lot of people really don't. Um, I'll talk about this tomorrow. This is when I transitioned all my energy into health and fitness. But for now, I just want to talk about what more specific. So to give you an example, I want to talk about body image, which is something a lot of you requested that we talk about in this group. So if you had met high school or middle school Abby and gotten into my head and the topic of body image came up, well, it really wouldn't, because if I'm by myself and I start to feel uncomfortable, or if I did, so let's say I was wearing tight pants, or I saw pictures of people in bikinis, or I had to be in a bikini, I just clenched up. I was like, oh my god, I can't, because my brain sensed that I was uncomfortable and it started hiding it up with distractions. So I would immediately switch topics in my head. I would suck in my waist. I realized also freshman year of college, and you guys might relate to this, that when I'm walking, I literally am always sucking in. And I didn't realize that until I was in yoga class one day when they said, okay, now release your stomach. And I was like, oh my gosh, even when I'm driving, all the time, because it just becomes ingrained in your system. And so, in terms of body image, I think that it sucks to have to literally be alone in your head and think, okay, what do I have a problem with my body? What feels negative, and how can I change that? Because the minute that you sit down and you physically think about and feel the parts of your bodies that you're uncomfortable with, it makes you uncomfortable and upset. But like I said yesterday, the more that you just shove that down and put it behind school and friends and all these things, you're not going to be able to fix it, because, doing diets and even doing healthy workout programs without addressing your discrepancies and uncomfortability with yourself, you won't get anywhere. You can't grow. And so now the way that I think about things is, it's still hard, of course, but when you're in yoga and you're in the final pose and the teacher tells you to clear your mind or to stop thinking, that's the hardest part for me always. It's more hard than doing any of the silly poses that I also can't do, because especially with anxiety, I think that you always have thoughts racing through your head, and it's really hard to let those go. But the second you can let them go and just be present in what's troubling you, whether you're literally making that might become physical in your body, your uncomfortability, then you'll see just how uncomfortable you are, and you can grow from there. And so with body image, for me, that's what I do every morning. This is cheesy, but I look in the mirror while I'm getting dressed, so when I'm in my underwear and bra or whatever, and I always point out something that I'm happy with my body. And it's made a really, really big difference for me just without realizing it. Sometimes I might be having a bad week with one part of my body, so I just consistently tell myself another part of my body that I really appreciate, and it's made a really big difference. And so, just to sum it up, the reason why I think being alone is important and spending 20, minutes every day just by yourself, without your phone, without distractions, and just thinking, just letting yourself think, the better, because we if we're by ourselves for a second, we whip out our phone and we start talking to someone, and just we never self-reflect. We never, especially in college, you're constantly on the go, you're constantly thinking, and you need time to reflect and to think, or you won't grow. You'll stay at this one spot, and your anxiety and stress will build up, and then it'll burst one day when you're not expecting it. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys want to comment with your experiences with this, that would be really cool. And I'm going to post another little stress relieving thing later today. So I hope you have a great Tuesday and you had a chance to do a little alone time, because I think it's super important. So have a great Tuesday.